Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the Libra full moon reading for all signs. So I'm just going to wait for a few people to start coming on, and then I'll go into the messages. So I'm going to start off with what I'm psychically picking up with this, and then I will go on to the readings. The readings will probably be time-stamped, so if you want to just push straight ahead, but I feel the most important messages that come through are the ones that are channeled. I've struggled saying that today. Hey, Magic, how are you? Hey, Brandy. So I hope you're all well. I hope you're all safe as well. And I hope that you are starting to ease into this lockdown. It's a little bit longer than what we expected, but it's, I feel it's getting easier, a lot easier. So hey, Janet, Lionheart, Lavar, Erica, Monique, Debbie, CJ. So yes, tonight we have the Libra full moon, and it's been having lots of relationship revelations this moon. Definitely, this is what I'm going to talk about. This is what they've been saying to me. So I'm just going to take a couple of minutes just to see if anybody has any questions or anything, and see how things are going. It's been a lot gentler this weekend. Big shift. I've had personally, I've had a great weekend. Actually, I really have. It's hi, Janet. And it's awesome. Yeah. And this is it, this shift that we're currently going on, the big shift, not just this Libra moon shift. Yes, the world is in chaos, and yes, people are in fear and things like that, but there is a reason for everything. And I don't want to sound cliche when I'm saying that, but this is a massive time for revelations, for insights, for really going inward. This is it. When we can't go outside, we've got to go inside. And the more we're open to that, the less of a struggle it's going to be. The ones who are really struggling with it are the ones who are very, very in the head, rather than in the heart. I mean, I'd said to somebody the other day, like, should I be a little bit more scared about this? Because I'm actually very, very calm. Yes, it's bringing personal stuff up that I'm working through. But the fear and that with this, it's kind of, I've known this is coming. So it's about just easing into it, accepting it, seeing it as an experience that we're having, surrendering to it, and then evolving, because this is all about our evolution. I had an amazing astrology reading on Sunday with Raza Lilla. I don't know if any of you have watched Timothy, but wow, so insightful into who I am, why I'm here, and why things are going on, So yeah, definitely, if you don't already follow him, please go to him. He's amazing. So you feel calm too as well, Magic? Yeah, there's quite a few people I'm talking to that do. Maybe I would feel different if I was, in a city or something. But I mean, at this moment, I realize I'm actually stranded on a desert island. There's no planes, there's no boats, the borders are shut, so I'm stuck here, But it's making the most of it. So yeah, it's good. So, right, okay. So does anybody have any questions before I start saying what is coming up with this Libra moon, what we need to be pink moon, but I love Nick Drake anyway. And yeah, this morning I woke up and there was a song playing in my head. I had to apologize to my flatmates because I listened to it a few times and it was like, I've never... what was the song? To Love Somebody, but I didn't know that it was the Bee Gees that sang it. And then I started listening to a Bee Gees album, and wow, it was great. It was really, really good. It was like an old old one before the Saturday Night Fever and everything. But yeah, the song "To Love Somebody" has literally been on my internal jukebox all day. So yeah, if any of you want to listen to it, have a listen. It's a great song. So nobody has any questions before I start? No? Right, okay then. So this Libra moon that's coming in tonight, it's a very, very powerful one, okay? There's a lot of power coming in with it. And the first thing that I was given around this is rather than be the change you want to see in this world, it was be the change you want to be in this world. So this is, I really feel it's going to be a very personal one as well. So as somebody mentioned before about relationships, I feel relationships of all kinds are going to be tested from now in the next 2 weeks as well. Because what's happening, and I love the image that they showed me, is this, all of this stuff that's been swept under the carpet, okay? It's like that big elephant in the room. And the way they showed me this huge elephant in a pink tutu and a big neon sign across its head. So this elephant was peeling back this rug, okay, where all this stuff has been swept under it. So, like I say, the elephant in the room and the stuff that has been swept under the rug, there is no denying it now. There's no ignoring it, and it's about having to face it. So, like I say, those with the biggest mounds under the carpet, and those that don't see the elephants, this is going to be quite a testing time as well. So, like I say, there's going to be tests and challenges around relationships, friendships, working relationships, romantic relationships, spouses, things like that. They're all going to be, if they're not in balance, because this is talking about what is going to be highlighted is where we have false balance, where we are kind of, I'm all balanced, but really we're ready to topple at any time. So what this is asking us to do, and why this is coming up at this time, is because this is a time where we can actually start to think about what our future can be like, or we're going to be shown how our future can be as well. So what we need to be clear on, as we're going into this future, is who do we want in it and who do we not? Who do we class as we? When we talk about we, who do we class? I mean, this lockdown has brought, I think, a lot of realizations to a lot of people. There's people coming out of the woodwork. There's people who you realize are there to support you. There's people you thought were going to support you that are not there, So this is it. It's like, who do we class as we as well, So who is supporting us? Who are we supported by? And who is it we want to go forward with? So like I say, there's almost like there could be these little clairvoyant visions of how your life could be. And it's looking at them and saying, right, who's there? Who is by your side? Who do you want by your side? Who is never faltered? And this is it. Because, it's not very nice when we have realizations about people, but it's kind of, it shows us where we're putting energy, where it's kind of energy and effort, where it's not actually being replicated, or it's kind of a waste of energy and effort as well. Because this Libra moon, I mean, Libra is all about balance, okay? That's what Libra is. It's like sits on the fence a lot. But this Libra moon is showing us that we need to get into balance our own masculine and feminine, okay? The masculine and feminine energies as well that are around us. Like I say, embracing our own masculine, our own feminine, and actually finding the balance where they meet and where there's no tension with it, okay? This is also asking us to look at the dark and light within the world and within ourselves. Okay, so really going into our shadows, really going into our light and bringing them all together, very high priestess energy as well with this. We're needing to look at fear and love as well now. Like I say, there's a lot of people in fear at the moment about what's going to happen, but when they're in fear, they're so far removed from love. So it's how do we bring the balance into this? It's okay to feel fear, but we need to feel this love at the same time. And also our bodies with like the acid and alkaline, it's, if we want peace and harmony, which go together, we've got to have the masculine feminine balance. We've got to have the dark light balance. We've got to have the fear love balance, because that is in balance. So if we want peace and harmony, we've got to accept there are things, like I say, the dark, a lot of people are scared of the dark, and there's nothing to be scared of. We need to embrace it. And funny, during this reading I had the other day, he said to me, you're not afraid of the dark at all. You go delving into the shadows. And I said, because in the darkness, I have evolved so much, that's kind of where we grow. So again, this is like with this spirituality, this new age spirituality, we cannot be all love and light, because that isn't how life is. We've got to accept that there's dark and tough times as well. Otherwise, we're missing the point. And if we don't get it, we don't get it. So we don't get the rewards if we don't get it yet. So like I say, this is all leading us to peace and harmony, because this is our birthright. This is how we're meant to live, to harmonize. When we harmonize, this is when we work together with others, properly, where everybody, it's like that infinity symbol, what you're giving out is coming back, and and that's how it works. When it's off balance, it will cause problems, it will. And like I say, can hide them for as long as you want, but this full moon is going to illuminate them. That's what full moons do. They shine a light on areas that we're either not aware of or we don't want to be aware of, So if your eyes are open, it's going to be okay for you. It's going to be a nice, gentle one. If they're not, it could be rocky. But remember, this is all just to bring you to a state of peace and harmony. Because when we look at Libra signifies justice within the tarot. So this is all about truth. And this is all about truth, living our truth, speaking our truth, walking our truth, walking our talk kind of thing. And this Libra moon is going to force us. It is pushing us to face the truth. It's almost like getting the back of our head and going, there, look in the mirror. So this is it. We cannot dodge it. We cannot swerve it. We cannot hide it at this moment in time. Now, justice is always linked with karma. Okay. So this is it. We cannot hide from karma. Karma's going to get you. And everybody thinks karma is a bad thing. Karma's not. If you're living in your truth and everything, karma is going to give you rewards. But if you're trying to hide anything, or dodge anything, karma is going to bite you on that ass, So this is it. Our lives, we have karmic lives. This is what it's about. And karma, this is coming in. It's the sword of truth, the scales of justice. If we think Lady Liberty, she sets us free. This is what she does. Liberty is about freedom. Okay. And when we have freedom, this is when we have peace and harmony, but like I say, there's any resistance or anything is really going to be victim to aggressor. So because we have been hurt, do we then want to lash out and control other people? Because what they're telling us to do here is going from being victim, where we have the victim story, to I've had experiences that I've learned from, now it's, do you want to be a victim or do you want to be a victor? We all have experiences within our life, every single one of us. Life is an experience, but when we then turn into aggressor mode, because maybe at one time we didn't have that control or we didn't feel we were powerful, then we become very controlling. And this is where people at this moment in time, because this is going on and there's a lot of things out of their control, people are literally freaking out, really freaking out, because they can't. They're getting angry, they're getting irritable, they're wanting to control what they can rather than relax into it. Okay, so this is going to be highlighted as well, areas where you may be fighting for control, you may be being controlled, where you may be seen as the victim rather than somebody who has had experiences, so we cannot hide from ourselves with this full moon. There's no hiding, and it's not just hiding from other people, it's hiding from ourselves. And whatever is coming up during this full moon is not making shadows, but it is highlighting the shadows that are already there. Okay, and again, this is to show us what our future can be like without them. It's like bring ourselves back into balance. When we are ill, it's usually because we are at disease. There is something out of balance. Like I say, all of these people are in fear of developing this disease. Now, fear actually weakens our immune system, so the more you panic, the more susceptible you are to becoming ill with all kinds of disease. So this Libra moon it's almost like it's saying it's time now. We cannot, we want this world, and the way the world is changing, is to be a place where people have more freedom, where people have more enjoyment, where people are more authentic, and where people are living their truth. But we cannot do that just with a flick of a switch. We've got to go through it. And this is it. It's all of these old stories, this old baggage, this old casing that we have wrapped ourselves up in is being ripped off. So we're going to be made to feel vulnerable. It's going to sting. It's going to be raw. But that is so that we can actually move forward without this, because we need to dump this baggage that has become heavy on us. Look at what has happened with the world, and it's like, the world now is cleansing. It is healing, even though there is this dark destruction going on the other side, there is a cleaning, it's almost like the world is having a big purge. Okay, and this is what we are being forced to do. We have no say in it. We have no say in it. This is now where the universe is taken over, and all of this time they've told us, sort your stuff out, sort your stuff out, sort your stuff out.